My name is Haley and welcome back to my channel. I'm really looking forward to November. I am especially looking forward to November because it is Nonfiction November. And this is exciting for me because I love nonfiction. It is probably one of my, it is definitely my favorite kind of book to read. Sorry, I took my glasses off because the glare is just insane. It was bugging me. So nonfiction is my favorite to read. It plays a very big part in my reading life. I read it a lot and I tend to be all over the place in what kind of nonfiction I read. Putting together my TBR for this month, I kind of tried to really kind of have a breadth of books to read of all the things that I'm interested in, not just focus on a couple different genres or subjects. I will link down all the information for Nonfiction November below, including our host, Olive, and all of the information that you may need to know about it. And I know that there are prompts for this month, but I don't think I'm going to be doing them because I kind of just want to focus on the books that I want to read. I tried to fit books into it, but it wasn't working out for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the prompts a skip. But besides that, I'm very, very excited for the books that I have chosen for this month. So here's my stack. It's quite hefty. I have 8 books here. I feel fairly confident that I'll be able to get through them, but if I don't, no big deal. If I do, I have a couple other books that I'm interested in reading also. The first book I have is Why Dinosaurs Matter by Kenneth Lacovara. This is a TED book. My husband got this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. It's a short, beautiful book, and it is just full of course, the page I turned to. It is just full of illustrations. This is quite a sad one, and I just wanted to fit dinosaurs into this list somehow because it's one of my favorite subjects to read about. I love reading about prehistory and paleontology and stuff like that. So I'm really, really excited to get into that one. And it's nice that it's a short one so that I can get to some other books also. The second one I chose is Pompeii, The Life of a Roman Town by Barrie. Now I'm so excited to read this one. I don't know why. Me and my mom were on the phone the other day and we actually visited Pompeii together and we had an amazing day there. It was completely empty because it was storming the entire day. So we just had like the run of the town basically, and we really, really enjoyed it. We were kind of reminiscing on our trip there and it just really made me want to read this book. Barrie is a classic historian in the UK and she recently just became a board member for the British Museum, which is where I used to work. So this is all quite exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. It has great reviews. The next one that I chose, I talked about it in my birthday book haul video, which I'll link up above, but that is Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee by Dee Brown. I have read portions of this when I was studying for my history degree, but never read the full thing. Now I just recently also bought Heartbeat at Wounded Knee, but feel like I need to read this one first before diving into that one. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I just feel like from what I've read of it, it's amazing. And what I know of the book in general, it is just essential reading in terms of American history, Native American history. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. Also, beautiful cover. The next one I got is a library book. It's one of 2 library books that I have on my list, even though I have 1,000 other library books I need to get to, and that is Incredible Journeys, Exploring the Wonders of Animal Navigation by David Barrie. I am particularly interested in this one because when I was younger, I traveled to Pacific Grove, I think it's called, because I'm from California, so I traveled to Pacific Grove and I got to see the monarch migration, and it was just thousands and thousands and thousands of monarchs in this grove of trees, and it was just like mind-blowing. It was crazy to see that as a child and stuff. So I'm just so interested in this. I'm already interested in like the natural history of animals, and I just find the animal kingdom just amazing, all the little things about it. So I'm particularly interested in this one, and I am going into it kind of blind. I don't know 100% what it's going to cover. I just know there's a butterfly on it, and it just brought me back to that memory. Super excited to get into that one. So the next book that I have is, I know is going to be kind of a tearjerker for me at least, and that is Anthony Bourdain, The Last Interview. This is the text version of an interview that he gave, and if you don't know who Anthony Bourdain is, he is a chef and like a TV personality. I think he's most famous for his TV show. I know one is called Parts Unknown. I can't remember what the other one's called. He goes to different countries and really highlights their culinary diversity. He will eat street food and then turn around and then go to a 5-star restaurant and then go to some, palace and eat there and stuff. And he's just so real and raw about food and how it can enrich our cultures and our lives and stuff. And I really love Anthony Bourdain, and he has made quite the impression on my life. I was devastated when he died. I don't know how this one's gonna go. We'll see. If you are interested, check out his books. Kitchen Confidential is like his most famous book, and that is his kind of like memoir of becoming a chef and working in the culinary field. And also Parts Unknown is just an amazing show. It's like half travelogue, half Food Network type show, and it's just great. Can't recommend his work enough. Next book I have is The Witches, Salem, 1692 by Stacy Skiff. I have owned this for so long. I bought it when it came out and I just have never read it. And I'm just saying, now's the time. I figured with Thanksgiving coming up in November, it's like that kind of vibe. I'm so interested in the colonial history of America, especially the Salem witch trials. It's very intriguing to me, but also I love the religious and gender dynamics that are kind of at play also. So it's not just about witchcraft. I'm not just interested in the witchcraft element of it, but how it all comes together. And I'm really excited to learn more about it. I've actually never read anything about the Salem witch trials, so I'm looking forward to this one. I wanted to show the inside is this beautiful map of Massachusetts and Massachusetts Bay. And it's just a period of time that I'm really interested in. It's a subject I'm really interested in, so I'm looking forward to starting this one ASAP. Next one I talked about in my October TBR video, which I will link up above. Unfortunately, I only got like 2 chapters into it. It's been one of those months. So I'm putting it on my Nonfiction November list because I am really enjoying it. I do want to finish it. I just haven't quite had the chance to do that. And that is Entangled Life, How Fungi Make Our World, Change Our Minds, and Shape Our Futures by Merlin Sheldrake. Just take a second to admire this gorgeous cover. It's just stunning. Also, the end pages are just beautiful. When I talked about this in my October TBR video, I had a library copy, but I actually ended up just buying it because I loved the cover and I already love the book so much. I'm on chapter 3, so yeah, I haven't got very far unfortunately, but I am looking forward to this one. It's all about mushrooms and fungi and how they are just everywhere. We don't even realize it, and so much of the world depends on these creatures, these like communities. I don't even know what to call them. It's just absolutely insane how much our world depends on them. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to finally finishing this one. The last one on my list is The Outlaw Ocean, Crime and Survival in the Last Untamed Frontier by Ian Urbina. This is a library book, so the cover is kind of flashy. Just from the inside flap, it says, traffickers and smugglers, pirates and mercenaries, wreck thieves and repo men, vigilante conservationists and elusive poachers, sea-bound or abortion providers, clandestine oil dumpers, shackled slaves, and castager stowaways. So it's all about just this world that exists outside of land and on the oceans, and I'm very interested in this one, and I've also heard great things about it too. So I'm confident that I will be able to get through all of these books. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I can if I work at it. But I do have a small stack of other books I would like to get to if I have the chance. Here's my little stack. I say little, it's not that little. The first is The Moon, A History for the Future. I've been reading this for a while. This was also my birthday book haul, which I linked previously because I had it checked out from the library, but then I finally bought it. And it's quite scientific, it's quite dense, so I have been taking my time with it. But I just figured if I get the chance, maybe I'll finish it. We'll see. The next, which I'm really excited about, but it is quite chunky and I just don't know if I'll be able to finish it or get to it. And that is How Was It For You? Women, Sex, Love, and Power in the 1960s by Virginia Nicholson. And just the cover is just perfect. Just from the back cover, we all think of the decade as sprinkled with stardust, a time of peace, love, psychedelia, the pill, and sexual abandonment. But this book, brimming with personal detail, tells a parallel story, one of misogyny, violation, discrimination, and the origins of second wave feminism. Sign me up. I'm here for it. One is Calamity, The Many Lives of Calamity Jane, Karen R. Jones. Calamity Jane was a Wild West personality, and she's quite famous in America. I don't know too much about it, but I am interested in like Western history and this like idea of the Wild West. Very much been drawn to that aspect of American history and culture. So I am really looking forward to this one. And I just love the idea of the story being centered on a woman. That sounds great to me. This one I'm so excited for, but again, it's a bit chunky and I just don't know about it. And that is The Children of Ash and Elm, A History of the Vikings by Neil Price. And that is just, I love the cover. It's just amazing. This is pretty straightforward. It's History of the Vikings. I know nothing about them, but I would like to. I have that on my B list also. Those are the books that I've chosen for Nonfiction November. I am really, really looking forward to it. Some of these books I've had on my list, like The Witches, for years. Other ones, I just have this feeling that I just want to read it right now. So I'm very excited about that. Not quite sure where I'm going to start. I think I might start with one of the shorter ones in Pompeii, because that one's really been on my mind a lot, and then go from there. So if you're participating in Nonfiction November, I would love to hear about what you're reading or what you're planning on reading. If you can link your TBR videos down below if you have one, or if you have any of these books on your TBR, or if you've read them already, I would love to hear from you guys about it. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to hearing all about your Nonfiction Novembers also, and I really appreciate everybody who watches and comments. I hope to see you again in another video. Bye.